Good morning, students. Now we will discuss about characteristics of sound. There are mainly three characteristics of sound. Number one, loudness. Number two, pitch. Number three, quality or timbre. There are three characteristics of sound: loudness, pitch, and quality or timbre. Mainly, loudness and pitch are observed or found in any types of sound, musical sound or noise. But the third characteristic, quality, is possessed by the mainly musical sound. Actually, noise has no quality or timbre. Noise has only loudness and pitch. Now we have to know what is loudness of sound. What is loudness? Loudness of sound is the quantity of energy. Loudness is the quantity of energy possessed by the sound. Its unit is bell and its practical unit is decibel. Practical unit is decibel, 1/10 of bell. In short, it is called dB, decibel. Now, loudness depends on a few factors. Those factors are: number one, factors on which loudness depends. Number one, distance between the source and the listener. When the distance between the source and the listener increases, loudness decreases. And if the distance decreases, then loudness increases. If you are hearing a sound from very near of the source, then the loudness of the sound will be much greater. And if the sound is heard from a far distance of the source, loudness will be less. So more the distance between the source and the reflector, less will be the loudness, and less the distance, more will be the loudness. Now, number two, area of the ASB means sounding body. Area of the sounding body. More the area of the sounding body, more will be the loudness. Less the area of the sounding body, less will be the loudness. Say you are ringing with a small bell, the loudness of sound will be less than when you are ringing with a large bell. And there is two instruments, musical instruments like say tabla and say dhak. The sound of dhak will be greater than the sound of tabla because the area of the sounding body dhak is greater than that of tabla. So more the area of the sounding body, more will be the loudness. Less the area of the sounding body, less will be the loudness. Number three, presence of resonance body. In presence of resonance body, the loudness of sound will be increased. If a resonance body is present, loudness of sound will be increased. Density of the medium. Density of the medium. More the density of the medium, more will be the loudness. If the density of medium decreases, loudness decreases. So, the loudness of sound passes through an iron tube will be greater than that passes through air, as the density of iron is greater than air. Now, amplitude of sound wave. Amplitude of sound wave. More the amplitude, more will be the loudness. Less the amplitude, less will be the loudness. In this manner, this is why the amplitude of sound wave produced by the male vocal cord is much greater than the amplitude of sound wave produced by the female vocal cord. So the loudness of male sound will be much greater than the loudness of female sound. And last one is number 6. Flow of media current. Flow of media current. Say sound is traveling through air or through water. If the sound travels in favor of water current or in favor of air current, then the loudness of sound appears to be greater than the listener's ear. So, if the sound flows against the media current, against the air current, against the water current, then the loudness of sound will be less in the ear of the listener. So these are the 6 factors for loudness of sound. The first factor is opposite. More the distance between the source and the listener, less will be the loudness. If the area of sounding body increases, more will be the loudness. In presence of resonance body, more will be the loudness. If the density of the medium increases, loudness increases. If the amplitude of sound wave increases, loudness increases. If the sound flows in favor of media current, then the loudness of sound will be increased. This is about loudness of sound, and the practical unit of loudness of sound is decibel. And what should be the loudness of sound, maximum loudness of sound for hearing the sound pleasantly? Regarding this, that will be discussed in the pollution of sound part. The second characteristic is pitch. Number 2, pitch. Pitch is the sharpness or shrillingness of sound. Pitch is the sharpness or shrillingness of sound. That is, from the characteristic pitch, we can realize how shriller the sound is. If the sound is shriller, then its pitch is greater, and if the sound is less shriller, then its frequency is less. And pitch depends on frequency. It mainly depends on frequency. More the frequency, more will be the pitch. When frequency increases, frequency increases, frequency plus increases, that is pitch increases. This is why the female sound is shriller than the male sound, because the female vocal cord is softer than the male vocal cord. So the frequency of sound made by the female vocal cord is much greater than that made by the male vocal cord. As the frequency is greater, therefore pitch will be greater, so the sound will be shriller. So female sound is shriller than male sound. So the question is why? Is the female voice shriller than male voice? Now more the frequency, more the pitch, and therefore sound will be shriller. Now the third characteristics, that is quality of sound. Quality of sound. This is the characteristics is mainly possessed by the musical sound. If there are different sounds emitting from different musical instruments like sitar, like guitar, like violin, like harmonium, etc., having same loudness and same pitch, the characteristic of sound by virtue of which we can differentiate the sounds is quality. So I am again stating that different sounds are emitting from different musical instruments having same loudness and same pitch. Say sounds are emitting from sitar, violin, guitar, etc., which have same loudness and same pitch, but we can differentiate those sounds by the characteristics quality. So quality or timbre of a sound is the characteristic of sound by virtue of which we can differentiate different sounds emitting from different instruments, different musical instruments having same loudness and same pitch. This is quality, and this quality is possessed by, I am again stating, the musical sound. Actually, noise has no quality. Noise is qualityless sound. Thank you, my students.